Hey everybody, welcome to our Facebook Live. Hope y'all can join us. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to brag on my wife. We were gone for Thanksgiving to see my family in Minnesota, our family in Minnesota, with my dad and then our kids and our beautiful granddaughter.
Oh yeah.
And we drove back from Minnesota to Bismarck Sunday, and what would be normally about a 7-8 hour drive was over 11 hours because it was snowy and icy and rough. And I walked into our apartment and it felt like home. It was Christmas theme. Jana has performed her magic. I still need to perform my magic on my office, which will be a guest room. Right now it's full of boxes and things that looked organized, but I'm going to have to disorganize it to organize it again. But Jana has performed her magic and our house feels like a home.
It does. We're really enjoying our few short weeks that we've been here in North Dakota and are liking it. It feels good. We've been really busy yesterday and today. I hope many of you have received all the emails that we've been sending out and messages. But it feels good to take a break from the computer and kind of get some FaceTime with all of you. It's been a while since we've done a Facebook Live. I did do a Facebook Live and gave everybody a tour of our apartment.
Okay.
But you and I haven't done a Facebook Live in a
I
while.
think since
about a month and a half.
Before our move.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of enthusiasm when we told people we were moving to North Dakota. And then we had to move to North Dakota.
Which took some work.
And we went from a 3-bedroom apartment and a 1-room office to a 3-bedroom apartment. And we had to pack. We thought we didn't have much, but we had more than we thought. We had to downsize.
We did end up getting a storage unit. An itty bitty small one that we're hoping in the next few months we can sort through and get rid of that.
And I'm even going to thank all the people. We had people who gave some, October, we had about $4,000 come in that was unexpected from various friends.
Thank you, everyone.
And we have been living near the poverty level for years, and making a move is expensive
and
stressful. And we've stepped forward coming to North Dakota, and people gave very generously.
That helped to ease our move.
Very much so. We did not worry about, do I have enough money to buy gas to get to the next gas station, which sometimes we live like that. And that was very good. And then we had a lot of friends on the day we packed up our truck who came out and helped us pack up the truck.
You all know who you are. Thank you.
And even I'll talk about a couple of people. I mean, there were a lot of people that were lifting, but there was several moments in our move where I just hit brain freeze, where I could not think anymore. It was like my brain didn't know anything more to do. I think it just said, stop, take a nap. And somebody else would hop in and think, okay, this is the next steps. And that was so helpful. And then when we got to Bismarck, people from Revive and several friends from Adonai Church and the Rwandan community in Bismarck came out and helped us move all of our stuff in. And I really felt almost I want to use the word, though it was cold and snowy, I almost felt naked because everybody's getting to see all of my junk. And I said, I don't have that much. And it felt like we were just unloading a truckload of junk.
Unloading.
Unloading.
So thank you, everyone that helped us move in.
Yeah.
We really appreciate it. Part of the reason why we're doing this Facebook Live is, today is Giving Tuesday. Yay. I know there's thousands and millions of opportunities to give, and there's great organizations out there, and so I'm really happy for all of you that are supporting all those things. We're going to give you another choice or an additional choice to support us as missionaries here in North Dakota. We kind of want to do a little bit of clarification because people know that one of the reasons we moved up here is Dave has a part-time pastor job at
Revive Christian Church.
And we have really enjoyed our time. So far, we've only been there a few weeks, but we're really getting to know the church.
I wake up Sunday morning enthused. Yeah. I wake up going, I can't wait to preach for these people. I can't wait to see them. And
very eager to go to church, and I'm enjoying getting to know several of the women in the church.
I enjoy shoveling snow for them.
Mm-hmm. And there's lots of little kids in the church, which makes us happy.
We're getting to pretend that we're the church grandparents, and I like that role.
Yes. But can you explain a little bit more?
Okay. What about... You have a question?
Part-time role.
Okay, we have a part-time... I have a part-time role at Revive Christian. I'm labeled the teaching pastor. And basically my role is to lead in the preaching and teaching ministry of the church. Typically in many churches, when you've got a multi-staff and you have somebody in the teaching, preaching role, the expectation is he's the vision bearer, he's the guy who also does all the administration, he hires and fires, he sets up all the programs. I'm not setting up the programs. I'm not hiring and firing. I am not the vision bearer. I'm the teaching pastor, and I really like this role.
And Dave's loving that.
Yeah, my role is I try to put together a sermon on Sunday, and we're starting conversations with the elders and the teaching team about what the teaching is going to look like in the next year. And then I'm just trying to get around and get to know people and just love on people the way a pastor would. It's basically, I keep on joking, I'm the young grandpa in the group, but I like it.
And there's another full-time pastor who's the worship leader and administrative pastor of the church. And we've really enjoyed getting to know Raphael and his wife, Tabitha, and we're excited about our new coworkers. So that is really neat. So that's what we're doing with a part of our time.
It's a part-time job.
Yeah. The other part of our time, as you guys know who have been following us, you know that we have started a nonprofit, East African Diaspora Community, and the other big role that we see ourselves in is coming alongside our East African friends that are living in diaspora across the U.S. and supporting them. And we do that in many different ways. Some of it is being a pastor at large. Different people will call or come over and see us when they need somebody to talk to, and we're available for that. Sometimes people need help with weddings. Just recently, Dave...
I performed a wedding for a Rwandan young man and woman in Chicago just before I left. And it was fun because their whole extended family from literally all over the world gathered there. I mean, we had people from Canada, people from Rwanda, obviously, people from the United States, people from all over the United States, people coming in from Europe. It was just fun.
And another thing we like to do is just to encourage the different African communities that have gathered and be a presence there and just show up and encourage. And there's not a lot of people that do that. You know, we're not pushing programs. We're not coming saying, we've got all the answers. We're going to solve things for you. Instead, we're just coming and being there and trying to encourage and helping in any way we can.
Yeah, I'm going to tell a small story, and I say this, I don't want it to look like we're the heroes of the story, but I want to respect confidence. There's a Rwandan family that before I moved to North Dakota, I had seen their sons' names in the newspapers frequently. The sons are really good athletes, and they're really good communicators.
Oh, this is one of those neat God stories that I shared in our newsletter.
Well, anyway, the mom of these really talented young Rwandan men cleans our building, and I really like her.
Can you believe that? The first day we're moving things in, we see a Rwandan woman in our building in North Dakota. If that is not a God story, I don't know what is. And she's the very mother of the family that we've been wanting to get to know.
Meet before we even moved here. And yesterday, it has been snowing in North Dakota, and she knocked on her door, and she had gotten just a little bit stuck. And her sons, I think, would have helped out, but they were in school, so I got to kind of step into this role, which as a kid, I grew up in Minnesota, it was just kind of fun. Oh, let me go help my neighbor get out of the ditch, and I loved it.
And it makes us feel good that already, just in the short few weeks we've been here, actually tomorrow it's going to be a month. That's hard to believe. People are already knocking on our door and asking us for help. So we really
because
feel like
we started the thing asking for them not to help. I started saying, "Hey, everybody I know in North Dakota, come help me unload my junk." So now I can return the favor.
Yeah, so that's good. What are some things we're looking forward to?
Okay, I was thinking even about, I mentioned Revive.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell a little bit about the African communities that we find. We even walk through this. If I had noticed, we had started, when we were looking at North Dakota, okay, the census things are saying all these African immigrants are coming in here. Start Googling and find out that it's obvious there's a Kenyan community, it's obvious there's some Ugandans, there's some Sudanese. But I kept on noticing the biggest thing that was catching my attention about Bismarck was I could see that the Rwandan embassy was coming to North Dakota about once a year to help with a Kwibuka. So I got in touch with a friend at the embassy, Monzi Lawrence, and Monzi got me in touch with the North Dakota Rwandan leaders who were based out of Fargo, Chusa Alex, who got me in touch with the leader in western side of North Dakota, Morenzi Morris, who said, well, our person on the ground is these pastors. So I met Pastor Amos Biamungu and Pastor Minani. And basically now every week we're in a Kinyarwanda speaking church in the afternoon. And I'm having a blast. In the Kinyarwanda worship is the best worship I've heard since I have left Rwanda.
Oh,
and here I am. I'm going.
It's been so good for our
spirits.
And our spirits. We've really enjoyed it.
So a typical, we've only been here a month, but the typical Sunday is go to Revive. I'm preaching at least half the time. After that, after church is over, visit with people, probably catch lunch. I might get a 20-minute nap, and then we're over to Adonai.
Which starts at 2.
Which starts at 2. And worship with them in Kinyarwanda. And I think I've preached there twice. You've spoken once. Mm-hmm. And it's really fun to me because I feel like our role, people would call us Mzee or Senga, meaning the wise old man or the wise old auntie. And it's a church similar to Revive in the sense of it's young, largely young people. And it's just a blast to throw our lives into them.
One of the exciting things we're looking forward to is we're going to have an open house on the 20th, Friday, the 20th, right?
Yep.
So anyone who's here in Bismarck and you know us, you are welcome. And just shoot us a text and we'll give you our address if you don't know it already. And it's just going to be a come and go affair. We're having people come around 5 to around 9, and just hope you're welcome to come. Just bring Christmas cheer, or if you want to bring some food to share, you're welcome to do that. Either something sweet or a snack of some kind. So we're really looking forward to that. And we have our daughter that's going to be visiting for Christmas that will be here, so I'm looking forward to showing her off to many of you. Our older son Ethan is coming, but I don't think he'll be here in time for the party. So some of you guys will just have to meet him later on. And if you're unable to come that night to our party, but you still would like to come and see where we live, and you live here in Bismarck, just let us know. We have that African hospitality.
Tea or coffee is always on.
So you're always welcome to come.
One more thing you said, looking forward to it, I just remembered. On Sunday, January 19th, I'm going to be at the Adonai Evangelical Church in Dickinson, which is about an hour and a half hour and a half west, about 90 miles west, maybe 100 miles west of Bismarck. And they are going to do something again where they're gathering the churches that are kind of that part of that cluster from, I think, in Williston area and Bismarck are all going to be in Dickinson, and I will be the speaker talking about the ideas of kingdom and culture. And it's basically saying, okay, God has brought us as African immigrants to America. It's hard to adapt here, from the weather to cultural nuance, but we have to adapt. We have to become messengers of God here. It's not only about escaping some chaos or making some money or getting an education. It's God's purposes here, and what does that look like? And I'm looking forward to that on January 19th, which is about 6 weeks from now.
And we've got some other ideas and plans for the new year, but we'll wait and save that another time. We would really ask that you prayerfully consider partnering with us. we really could use your prayers. As we've stepped out in faith to answer this call to be missionaries here in North Dakota, it's been a big step of faith, and we are hoping and praying that others are answering the call to send us here. So if you would like to, we need monthly supporters, but we also just need some one-time gifts. So even if you just want to bless us with a one-time gift of any amount, it would be greatly appreciated. But we also would love to have some ongoing monthly commitment, so we know what's coming in each month.
Yeah,
sometimes it's scary.
Typically at this point, we're bringing in, I think, about 2/3 of enough income to get through a month. We do not bring in enough income that if we say, here's the budget of minimal to pay our minimal bills, buy food, get fuel in the car, run around, we're about 1/3 short every month. And some one-time gifts keep us going along, some surprises. So again, we're saying, could you give us some surprises or help us with some ongoing? And I'll add just a little bit more that, in fact, we, in order to do what we need to do, we need people who will walk with us. And we are working, a part-time job with Revive, and then the reality is that we have gotten handed with our disabled son. That also takes a tremendous amount of time, and we have to kind of have a rhythm where we're at home helping things out here and then available for the African diaspora people too. And it seems like North Dakota seems like a really good place for all this to come together. On Giving Tuesday, we were asking, hey, can you think about making some contributions financially to us to do this?
We will put a tag right underneath this live that shows where you can give online, and also where you can just mail a check to if you would like. We're super excited for this Christmas season that we're entering in. One of the things that I've been thinking about recently, and one of the things that we both really have been enjoying, is all of the light that comes through our windows. We're in an old school building that's been transformed into apartments. So we have very, very high ceilings and very, very tall windows, and we get so much light that floods through. And during this, especially this Advent season, there's just a lot of symbolism with light and with God's light shining in. And we're just really praying that as we're here in North Dakota, that God can use us to bring His light to our neighbors, to our East African friends, as well as those that God is calling us to here in Bismarck and Mandan. So we're excited to see what happens, and we'll keep you guys posted. Thanks for your prayers and your support.
Yep. God's blessings on you. Have a great Christmas. We will have a few more Facebook Lives through the month of December. Look forward to having more conversations with all of you. God's blessings on you.
Blessings.